On October 8, 2009, a family of 3, the Jamisons, disappeared without a trace in the vast, rugged wilderness of southern Oklahoma. This case, one of the most chilling and mysterious disappearances in recent history, continues to captivate and baffle investigators, true crime enthusiasts, and the general public alike. The Jamison family's case has raised numerous questions about what happened to them and why. Today, we'll delve into the details of their disappearance, the investigation, and the theories that surround this haunting mystery. The Jamison family, consisting of 44-year-old Bobby Jamison, his wife Sherilynn, 40, and their 6-year-old daughter Madyson, had been living a relatively quiet life in Eufaula, Oklahoma. Bobby and Sherilynn, high school sweethearts, had been married for over 10 years. They had lived in a modest home, and they were described by those who knew them as ordinary working-class people. They had experienced struggles like many families, but seemed to have a strong bond, particularly when it came to their young daughter, Madyson. However, despite outward appearances, the Jamison family was facing internal turmoil. Bobby had a history of financial issues, and Sherilynn had reportedly been diagnosed with depression and struggled with her mental health. Their relationship had its ups and downs, but they appeared to be trying to make things work for the sake of their daughter. On October 8, 2009, Bobby, Sherilynn, and Madyson set out for a trip to Red Oak Mountain, a remote area near the Ouachita Mountains in southeastern Oklahoma. The purpose of the trip was to look at a property that Bobby was considering purchasing, as he had been searching for land to build a home for his family. The property was located deep in the woods, several miles away from any main roads, and the family had been intrigued by the possibility of owning a secluded piece of land. The Jamisons had been known to have an interest in purchasing property and living off the grid. In fact, Bobby had even been researching ways to create a self-sustaining lifestyle, and this trip seemed to be part of that dream. Sherilynn, on the other hand, was reportedly skeptical about the property and didn't seem as enthusiastic about the idea. Still, they went together as a family to assess the land. The Jamisons left their home in Eufaula around 8 a.m., taking their truck and trailer, which was found abandoned several days later on the mountain. They were expected to return by late afternoon, but by evening they had not returned, which was out of the ordinary for the family. Concerned, their family members attempted to reach them, but there was no answer to their phone calls. On October 17th, 9 days after the family's disappearance, the Jamison family's truck was discovered abandoned on a dirt road near Red Oak Mountain. The vehicle was locked and the keys were inside. When authorities searched the truck, they found a number of peculiar items. Inside the truck were personal belongings, including cell phones, wallets, and some food items, but no sign of the family. Investigators found that the truck had been parked in an odd position, and there were no signs of struggle or foul play around the vehicle. However, what stood out to investigators was the fact that the truck had been left in such a remote and inaccessible area, with no clear explanation of why they would have stopped there. It appeared as though the family had simply vanished from the scene, leaving behind all their belongings. The discovery of the abandoned truck set off a massive search operation involving local law enforcement, the FBI, and volunteer search teams. The rugged terrain of Red Oak Mountain made the search difficult, but authorities combed the area, hoping to find any trace of the Jamison family. As the investigation continued, a more disturbing detail emerged. A few weeks after the truck was found, the authorities discovered the family's cell phones in the area. The phones had been used briefly, but there was no trace of any communication with anyone. This raised further questions. Had the Jamisons been trying to contact someone before disappearing, or had someone else been involved in their disappearance? Despite extensive searches, no signs of the family were found in the area. There were no footprints, no clothes, no evidence of struggle. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. Over the years, several theories have emerged regarding the Jamison family's disappearance. Some believe the family was involved in something much darker, while others suggest a more tragic and mysterious scenario. One of the most prevalent theories is that the Jamisons' disappearance was connected to drug activity. Bobby Jamison had reportedly been involved in illegal activities in the past, including marijuana cultivation, and some speculated that the family may have been targeted by criminals. However, there was no concrete evidence to suggest this was the case. Bobby had a criminal record, but it did not appear to be related to anything dangerous at the time of their disappearance. Another theory is that the Jamisons got lost in the woods and succumbed to the harsh conditions. Some believe that the family could have wandered off into the dense forest and became disoriented. The area they were in was known for its rugged terrain, and it's possible that they became lost while trying to explore the land. However, this theory doesn't explain why no trace of them was found after weeks of searching. A more chilling theory involves the possibility of a family tragedy. Some speculate that the family's internal issues may have played a role in their disappearance. There had been reports of marital problems between Bobby and Sherilynn, and it's possible that an argument or a crisis led to a tragic outcome. However, no definitive evidence has ever surfaced to support this theory. A more extreme theory points to a possible abduction. Some believe that the Jamison family may have been kidnapped by a stranger or a group of individuals. However, there were no signs of struggle or forced entry into their vehicle, and no ransom demands were ever made. Despite these theories, the case remains unsolved, with no conclusive answers about what happened to the Jamison family. In 2013, nearly 4 years after the Jamisons went missing, a breakthrough in the case came when the skeletal remains of the family were found in a wooded area about 3 miles from where their truck was discovered. The remains were located on a steep hillside, hidden from view. Investigators initially suspected that the bodies might have been placed there after the family's disappearance. The bodies showed no obvious signs of trauma, and the cause of death was inconclusive, which only deepened the mystery. The discovery of the bodies did not offer the answers that investigators had hoped for. The cause of death could not be determined, and there was still no clear evidence of foul play. No signs of injury or violence were found, and the family's possessions were not with the remains. This left the question of how they died and why they ended up in that particular spot unanswered. In light of the discovery of the bodies, the theories surrounding the Jamison family's disappearance have only become more complex. Was it a tragic accident? Was it murder? Or is there another explanation we have yet to uncover? One possibility is that the Jamisons were victims of foul play, but the lack of clear evidence and the condition of the bodies make this theory difficult to prove. Another possibility is that they perished from the elements after becoming lost in the wilderness. Some investigators believe that the family may have succumbed to exposure or illness after getting lost in the dense forest. Another disturbing possibility is that the Jamisons were victims of some kind of ritualistic crime. There are speculations that the family may have been involved in cult activities or that they were targeted by individuals with dark intentions. However, there is no solid evidence to support these theories either. The Jamison family's disappearance remains one of the most puzzling cases in recent years. Despite the discovery of their remains, the questions surrounding their deaths remain unanswered. Was it a tragic accident, an act of violence, or something even darker? While theories abound, the mystery of what happened to the Jamison family in October 2009 remains unsolved. Until new evidence is uncovered or someone comes forward with new information, the truth may never be known. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.